Your eyes open. Ah, this again, you think to yourself. You lie there for a moment, staring at the ceiling, as a quiet question nudges at the back of your mind. Is this all that there is? You shake off the thought and climb out of bed. Best get to it then. You get dressed, throw your laptop into your backpack, and head for the coffee shop at the end of the block. Life's simple rules, you think. Money in, coffee out. Smile, and you get a smile back. You walk in and wait in line with the other half-awake zombies seeking their fix, and one fellow who looks far too happy to be awake at this hour, having not yet imbibed their requisite caffeine. At last, it's your turn to order. What'll you have? The barista asks with a plastic smile. Cold brew, you reply. How do you like it? She asks. Black, you say, suppressing the urge to make an extremely stupid joke about the state of your soul. You collect your iced bean juice and shimmy over to a table where you can sit with your back to the wall and have some not particularly necessary privacy. As you sip your drink, you catch a glimpse of your reflection in the glass. For a split second, it seems off. You shake your head, attributing it to the caffeine just hitting your system. You fire up your laptop and stare in disbelief at the number of browser tabs you deemed it absolutely necessary to have open at the same time. This is life, you think to yourself. A cycle of waking, caffeinating, and performing a series of largely meaningless tasks before drifting back off to oblivion, only to repeat it again the next day. Sometimes you think to yourself, this can't be it. We can't be here on this big blue marble, hurling through the galaxy, learning to smash atoms together and blow up so much rotten dinosaur we can fire a giant metal tube into space, all for no particular reason. Humanity has figured out so much, it can often feel daunting. You stare at your hands for a moment. Have they always looked like this? Back to your laptop. You stumble upon a headline. Nobel Prize-winning scientists discover the universe is not locally real. What a relief, you think to yourself. But what the heck does that even mean, anyway? Locally real. Huh. You fire the phrase off into Google and dig into some articles you wish were a lot shorter and manage to get to the point already. Dear God. Anyway, self-referential criticism aside, you figure out that it more or less means that the things in your immediate area are able to, with some degree of reliability, influence one another. Your ability to look this article up via the coffee shop Wi-Fi. Your mix of disdain and familiarity for the background hum of noise from machines in the coffee shop and people doing whatever it is they're doing. These are parts of your local reality. It's a comforting thought. A bit of a what happens in local reality stays in local reality idea. But of course, things end up not being so simple. 3 scientists with names that sound exactly like you'd think they'd sound won a Nobel Prize for proving this isn't the case. How did they manage such a ridiculous proposition? Quantum entanglement, it turns out. Yes, the phrase that sounds like a 4-year-old that made it up while playing pretend is to blame. When we say quantum, we're talking about very small particles. Let's take an electron as an example. When 2 of these smash into each other, they have a chance to become entangled. There are some other things that can cause entanglement, but let's ignore them for now. Imagine these 2 entangled electrons as tops, spinning on a table. If you spin the first top clockwise, the other will spin counterclockwise. And this will happen no matter how far apart the 2 tops are. They could be on the same table, in different buildings, or on other sides of the universe. No matter where they are in relation to each other, once entangled, if one top spins one direction, the other will instantly be spinning the opposite way. Super weird to try to sink your teeth into, I know. This seemingly allows information to travel faster than the speed of light. Historically, there have been 2 competing explanations for this strange behavior. The first, proposed by a guy you might have a passing familiarity with, Albert Einstein, is that there must be hidden variables we aren't aware of that explain the related nature of the entangled particles without breaking the speed of light, effectively saying the spins of the tops were predetermined, not instantaneously communicated. The alternative, non-local explanation is that entangled particles are linked in a way that transcends normal spacetime. It suggests that these particles are instantaneously linked in the most magical explanation for this weird phenomenon. And the second explanation is what suggests that the universe is not locally real. It's what's saying that while things around you may appear to follow certain rules, There are invisible strings connecting the universe across vast distances, and we can't take anything for granted. This view is what those 3 scientists won the Nobel Prize for proving. You might be thinking, how on earth could they prove that? I know I was. Basically, these scientists devised a huge number of confusing and differentiating tests for the quantum particles. They did so many tests in such varied ways that it ruled out the idea that any set of hidden variables could be responsible for the behavior of the entangled particles, because they were reacting perfectly opposite to each other for every question. So, the TLDR is they did some extremely tedious science and figured out that these particles do in fact have an instantaneous bond that transcends time and space as we know it. This phenomena challenges our very notion of individuality and separateness. If particles can be so deeply connected, what does it say about our understanding of existence itself? Are we truly isolated beings, or is there a deeper hidden layer of interconnectedness that we're just beginning to grasp at? This revelation throws a wrench into our philosophical frameworks. If the universe operates on principles that defy local realism, where does that leave us on our quest for individual meaning? Can we still claim to be the architects of our destiny in a universe where distant particles can influence each other instantaneously? And if the universe isn't locally real, does that make our search for purpose even more absurd? Or does it hint at a deeper, more profound truth waiting to be uncovered? The tension between our philosophical beliefs and these groundbreaking scientific discoveries create a landscape ripe for exploration. It's a crossroads where age-old questions about purpose, meaning, and existence meet the uncharted territories of quantum mechanics. And as we stand at this intersection, we're left with more questions than answers. A universe that's even more mysterious than we thought, and philosophical foundations that might need some reevaluation. So where does this leave us? In the face of such groundbreaking revelations, it's tempting to feel a bit lost, like a ship adrift in an ever-expanding cosmic sea. But perhaps, instead of casting us adrift, these discoveries offer us a new compass, a fresh perspective on our age-old quest for meaning. The interconnectedness revealed by quantum entanglement suggests that we're all part of a vast, intricate tapestry. Every thread, no matter how seemingly insignificant, plays a crucial role in the grand design. Our actions, thoughts, and very existence might be more intertwined with the universe than we ever imagined. This isn't just a poetic sentiment either. It's a reality hinted at by the very fabric of the cosmos. We're not isolated islands. We're part of a grand dance, where every step, every movement resonates across the vast expanse of space and time. But with this interconnectedness comes a responsibility. If our actions can ripple across the universe, doesn't that lend even more weight to the choices that we make? The age-old philosophical debates about morality, ethics, and responsibility take on a new dimension. We're not just accountable to ourselves or our immediate surroundings. We're part of a universal ecosystem where every choice can have far-reaching implications. And as for our philosophical musings, will they too find a new life in this landscape? The universe might be stranger than we thought, but that doesn't render our search for meaning moot. Instead, it enriches it. The absurdity isn't a wall blocking our path, it's a challenge, an invitation to delve deeper, to seek out the hidden threads that bind us all. It's a call to embrace the mystery, to find joy in the journey, and to celebrate the wondrous enigma that is existence. In the end, the revelations of quantum mechanics don't diminish our philosophical pursuits. They elevate them. They remind us that the universe is a place of wonder, where the boundaries between science and philosophy blur, where every discovery is a stepping stone to deeper understanding, and where the quest for meaning is an ever-evolving journey enriched by the dance of particles, the whispers of distant stars, and the timeless questions that bind us all.